It's a sweet irony that tonight's topic first made his name on the TV show All in the Family. Because if there's one family I wouldn't want to be part of, it's his. And neither will he be a part of his family anymore. We're here to talk about his filmography, but to quote an also dead person, Alan Rickman, he won't be making another film for the rest of your life. Banger impression by me, and no one is banger than this guy, the shortest temper in the history of the dab. He's a dude, bro. Christian Bladt, what's up?
Don't make me angry, Husey. You won't like me when I'm angry.
I sort of Christian Bladt gets so mad that he sees this guy's face. I don't know what's going to happen. What do you think when you see that now? A real photograph that he uses to meet ladies.
I'm really thrown off by what's on the calculator there. Is it because at first I thought it was trying to spell out the word boobs, but I don't think it is it?
It's actually boobies.
Oh, yeah. All right. Yep. You flip it
But
over. Okay.
the joke being is that he's so dumb that he accidentally called it sea boob or whatever you call it. I'm smarter than Stevie Lou, and that's that. The
If
person
we want to see boobs, we should probably bring on our next guest, Husey.
what a good bro. Heavy metal, new metal, the good stuff. It's Cayley from Once Over with Cayley. Cayley, how you doing today?
I'm wonderful. I see boobs, but not today. I'm sorry. I'm covered up because I'm sick, so I'm in junky t-shirts. Yay!
What illness are you going through? HIV?
I'm assuming that it's whatever Stuttering John had.
See, well, in that case, your funny bone is going to stay fine.
Yes, it's true.
Good stuff. We're having a good episode. This is going viral. I just realized I have put up the wrong wallpaper for this episode, so I'm going to minimize us and put it up. This will be seconds. Everybody has, of course, heard the rumors about Rob Reiner and that girl from Poltergeist. Christian, you're part of the Hollywood scene. Have you heard any of those stories behind the scenes?
The only stories that I've heard are about the old lady from Poltergeist. I know that I think multiple little girls died in that film franchise, but the old lady is the only one that I'm zeroed in on.
Ironically,
Makes sense.
yeah. Well, that little girl didn't grow up to be an old lady, but I guess she had a better childhood than Nick Reiner. Nick Reiner was going to be tonight's mystery guest, but unfortunately, he can't get Wi-Fi where he's from. But seriously, though, Lenny was supposed to be joining us, but she selfishly decided to put her kids before this very, very important episode. So I think that says a lot about the kind of piece of shit she is these days. Right, Christian? Right, Hilly?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that she might be trying to avoid having a Reiner pulled on her. So maybe she's like, let me not ignore my kids. So it's actually probably pretty smart. I don't know where my kids are right now, but I'm sure they'll be fine.
I used to want to fuck her.
Like, I like getting fucked in my ass and doing cocaine.
Not anymore, though. She stood you up.
Get your own. And I might as well play this because Cayley's here.
Yeah, well, I think we should just fuck, Cayley. Is that
cool?
I'm in. Let's go.
That's the one.
So the last time we did this, I think, was around Christmas time. And I think it was Kevin Smith was the last one.
Yes, I believe that was the last one, yeah.
And Kevin Smith had the thing where you didn't realize how many films he'd made until you listed them all. And it went way, way longer than what he did. And one of pardon me, I'm a dude, bro, drinking on the air. You know how it is. Cayley thinks it's hot. Yeah. Look at this, a beer. Oh, well, and also it is St. Patrick's month. We've got to give it up for the Saint of St. Patrick. There he is. With his big eyes. So he chased the rats out of Ireland or whatever he did. He stirred them to death. Let's go. So this is going to be weird in that Rob Reiner, around 1992, it didn't have a single hit or any type of critical success in any way up until he became a air vent. So this may seem like it's going to be a long episode, but it will not. So I think obviously we've got to start off with the obvious one, his first one. Cayley's loving that type of humor. Cayley, just while you're laughing your head off, what did you think of 1984's This Is Spinal Tap?
This movie is groundbreaking. I mean, this is the format of mockumentaries. It was the template for everything that we have now. It gave us things like Best in Show, The Mighty Wind, stuff like The Office. If this movie did not exist, we would be missing out on so much. I love the humor in it. It's completely straight. Christopher Guest and Harry Shearer are outstanding. They're outstanding. The songs are amazingly good. This movie, I think we could say that it goes to 11, right? Yeah.
I don't get it.
I know.
I do get it, and you're absolutely right, Cayley. And the three of them, of course, Michael McKean, who prior to this was best known from Laverne and Shirley, really bringing David St. Hubbins to us. And it's such a, there are actual hard rock metal guys that found the movie so painful because it was so true to life. And there's a number of bands that would swear it was about them, but it's kind of about all of them. And there's no more telling moment than when late in the film they're performing and there's the marquee that says Puppet Show and then smaller print Spinal Tap. And I think that's where and they're all like listening to Harry Shearer's the radio voice talking about them, and they're all excited and like, yeah, whatever happened to Spinal Tap? So this is where we'll all probably end up one day.
I just want to address this heathen's comment where he said the head in this pint is huge. Yeah, that's because it's a lot of cream on it. The head actually is perfectly level down here. So don't you dare say anything like that to me unless it's a red boy or yellow Denisian. But the thing about Spinal Tap is it's got one of those genius things is that there's still jokes that you don't notice until you notice them, if that makes sense. Where have you noticed in Spinal Tap every song has the exact same ending?
I don't think
every song ends with like tonight we're gonna rock you tonight. Yeah. So every song has the exact same ending.
I don't
even
think
the
I was
title of
smart
that
enough to
song
realize
is sorry, even the title of that song, Tonight We're Gonna Rock You Tonight.
Yes. Tonight. Yes, exactly.
Tonight. And then of course that song has songs about a young underage girl hitting on a grown man. You're too young, but I'm too well hung. But tonight I'm going to rock you.
Yeah.
So Rob Reiner, of course, wanted to edit that line out because he doesn't allegedly understand what too young means. Also, the greatest joke in This Is Spinal Tap was their explanation on why they don't have support acts. When they said, we don't have support acts because it was Echo Pineapple. And they says, once, the last time we did, we had a support act. It was so bad, they were still booing them halfway through our set. And it's like, it's brilliant.
That is pretty great. And the songs are very funny in the movie, but I don't understand people who could like just listen to the songs outside of watching the movie. I know that Spinal Tap has legitimately done live shows, and it's I think in the context of the movie they're phenomenal, but they're very well written songs. But I do know that Husey, at one point in your life, Big Bottom was your theme song.
It's my mantra. I'm glad that Ian Lingus has been normalized. It shouldn't have taken until 2026 when I got old and lost my looks. But if this was in my teens to 20s, I would have had a brown tongue. Michael Douglas had nothing on me. Hit the like button.
Wait to meet you at Hackamania, Husey.
Yeah, dirty birdie, Cayley, a dirty birdie. Let's give her one of these. Dirty animal.
You know what else this movie taught me though? So I had seen this movie a million times when I was younger. I finally went to Stonehenge, and maybe, I don't know, 15 years ago, I finally went to Stonehenge, and I learned how incredibly small it was. And I was like, oh, I actually get the movie now. Yeah, it's super fucking tiny. Listen, if I didn't have the internet and I had like 200 friends, I for sure could make Stonehenge. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And just to give a plug to Cayley, a couple of weeks ago or episodes ago on Once Over with Cayley, she did an episode specifically about physical media. Well, if you buy the Spinal Tap DVD, they actually at one point had like a 4 or 5 hour long cut. So they put out the film version, and then there's almost 3 hours of outtakes and or deleted storylines on there where allegedly there was a gay plot between the two of the lads. So yeah.
That's not the physical media version I have. I have the first ever DVD release, so perhaps I need to update my collection.
You didn't get the gay version? Christian, what the hell are you doing with your life?
No, I mean, any movie that I own automatically becomes the gay version.
Yeah, that's what you see how he puts the whatever. I don't know I'm going with that one, but I will plug the DVD. Oh, Cayley.
Listen, we don't talk over each other on the internet. That would be very rude. I also wanted to say I love the authenticity that Rob Reiner gives in this movie, playing a character, playing the filmmaker in it. It is so genius. It's so exciting. And to live up to his father's legacy of things like The Jerk, he is amazing as a director in this film.
Yeah.
And as a actor in it.
Yeah.
It's a shame that Rob Reiner didn't get a chance to make a film called The Pedophile.
It's going to be released posthumously. I can't say that word right now.
Posthumously.
Yeah. I thank you.
Yeah. The way they say it in Rochester is posthumously.
I'm on a lot of cold medicine right now. My brain is doing great.
I just don't need it.
Well, Cayley, if you're feeling sick, I guess you need the cure.
Oh, I feel better now. Yay.
Can I do my Freddie Mercury joke?
Yes, please.
Okay. I've always thought that as the Cure rose in popularity in the late 80s and with Freddie Mercury catching the forever flu, I think that it must have been very difficult when the Cure had a new album coming out and anyone said to Freddie Mercury, "Hey, did you get the new Cure?"
That's a challenge.
Hang on.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I will.
Nice.
Thank you.
Impeccable timing.
But yeah, definitely. But I will say the one final thing about the Spinal Tap is on the DVD, there's a great joke where the band is doing audio commentary. And one of them says they're watching the film and they go, "Look how young we look." And the other one says, "Yeah, but we look young back then too." So it's all great stuff. So I've definitely seen that one, which then brings us to the second one, The Sure Thing. And I got to tell you, haven't seen it and didn't hear of it until about 6 minutes ago. Cayley, have you seen The Sure Thing?
I sure have not.
Nice. I don't get that, by the way. Christian, have you seen The Sure Thing?
Surely I have not.
That went right over my head. I don't understand it. That then brings us to 1986's Stand By Me. Christian, have you seen Stand By Me?
I have indeed many times, and it's such a great coming of age story where there's no actual coming in it. So that's probably the kind that Husey doesn't appreciate. But there's so much ahead for Corey Feldman after this movie, and it makes you sad to watch it. Not so much ahead for River Phoenix, unfortunately. So it's even more sad that way. And I don't know if I need to really talk about what happened to Will Wheaton, but it's such a perfect movie for this kind of story. And for a long time, it proved the point that Stephen King movies tend to be shitty, but Stephen King's short stories make amazing movies. This was a short story called The Body. Shawshank Redemption was a short story as well. But I mean, the cast is so perfect. And, you know, this is that thing that drew people to Kevin Smith. Like, oh, look, people are talking the way we actually talk. I assume this is the way the kids talked in the 50s and 60s. I wouldn't know, because despite my Shmuel Buckman like face, I'm not old enough to have been a child at the same time as the characters in this film. But it's such a great movie, and it's such a simple idea. And they're like, yeah, of course we're going to try to go see a body. And yeah, this is phenomenal.
I've never seen it.
Really?
What?
I've never seen it. I was trying to remember, and I couldn't because I hadn't.
How many times have you seen Hobbs and Shaw?
Well, are you talking director's cut?
Any version. You should subtract
79.
you should subtract just one time and have seen Stand By Me. You can still watch it all the other times.
What is it about standing?
By me.
That's actually a good idea for a film. Would you like to hear a dream I had? And this is a film that you could actually base it on Hackamania. We're in Vegas. Me and Carl went to visit the Quadfather, who is of course going to Hackamania. Use promo code Bears or promo code
Cayley.
Quad was staying in this house out in the middle of nowhere. We went to visit him. As soon as we get in there, turns out the Quad come walk. He had set Carl up, and the house was being attacked by Proud Boys. So there's your film for you.
I mean, it sounds great to me. We'll be able to film it April 10th through the 12th in Las Vegas, Nevada. We'll all be there. Yeah,
well, maybe we can get Nicolas Cage to be there, because I told Cayley offline that I know a guy who works out there as a security guy in one of those whore clubs, I think, or nightclubs. I who knows these days. Him and his friends do a thing called Cage Watch, where they send each other notices. They say Nicolas Cage is at the Christian bar, he's at the Lucy diner, and they would send photographs. So I told him to clue me in, and I'm going to meet Nicolas Cage in Vegas. I have to do it. If I don't do it,
I am too.
Yeah, like I'm literally, if I get a notification, a text during the show, I'm running up on the stage and I'm saying, "Fuck this fucking shit, Hackamania." The star of Ghost Rider 2 is in the casino gambling blackjack.
You do know that you have to make sure you schedule it appropriately, because you do not want to try to see him as he's leaving Las Vegas. Hit the like button.
This fucking guy.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to see him standing by me. Basically, I'm stealing the laughter of the topic.
That's fine.
So,
why would you say that about Quad?
She's good.
Yeah, I'm on it. Cold medicine. It does great for me. Can I talk about Stand By Me now?
It's all about you.
I know. I know. This is when people ask me what my favorite movie is, I say it's Stand By Me. I cannot believe that you haven't seen this, Husey. This movie is incredible. It's the movie that made me fall in love with movies. And like Christian was just saying, I cannot believe that it is based on a Stephen King novella, because I am super, super, super picky about movie adaptations relating to Stephen King things. In fact, actually, The Body is probably Stephen King's best work, if you ask me. And it does explain a couple of plot points that don't get explained in the movie, especially relating to like the junkyard scene and stuff like that. I fell in love with River Phoenix because of this movie. I fell in love with movies because of this movie. This is all I've ever wanted. This is the perfect movie. The perfect movie.
Sounds like it stinks, to be honest with you.
I know, it's horrible. God.
Can anybody read that name?
Fiore Grimaldi 4120.
Thanks for the toll. OMJ. Hi, Cayley, pussy.
Hi.
Oh, hi, Cayley.
And Clueless Boomer. Thanks for the 5. In terms of leaning into it, Corey Feldman could learn a lot from Will Wheaton.
Yeah. Nobody's ever learned anything from Will Wheaton ever before, but
Corey could learn a lot from really every other human on the planet. Yes, even Quadfather Husey.
Yeah, Will Wheaton's a real fucking cunt, I've got to say. And I would say anything that happened to him, he deserved it.
Wow. Okay.
This then brings us to 1987's The Princess Bride. Everybody want to pay that. I've good news for you. Haven't seen it.
What the hell are we doing this show for? If
Well,
you haven't seen...
that bitch Lemmy was supposed to be here because she's seen it, but instead I'm going to dox her with one of these.
Shut the fuck up.
I think
It's like she's here.
Yeah, I think the last time I saw her on your stream, our buddy Carl was on, and I think she said that. So,
yeah, allegedly not a fan. So she loves The Princess Bride.
Yeah.
She was supposedly she was going to be here to talk about her favorite film. I think that's what she said it was. I wasn't listening. I was looking at her fucking milkers. No, but I really was. Lucy, speaking of which, what do you think about The Princess Bride?
Well, I would have loved to debate this with Lemmy because I hate this movie. I think that it is tonally stupid. It is too much.
Totally.
Listen, you. It's too much of everything, and none of the things actually click. So like we get like fairy tale, adventure, parody, comedy. None of those things are fully successful. It's completely quote driven. So like we get inconceivable and as you wish. And it's way too simple to be interesting in any way, shape, or form for me. I think that the reason that people like this movie is only based on nostalgia. That is why people like it. I will say I do like the sword fight between Wesley and Montoya, but it is no vomit scene from Stand By Me. To me, this was a huge falling off for Rob Reiner.
I mean, it's also no vomit scene from Monty Python's Meeting of Life, if we're going to talk about vomit scenes. But Cayley, I don't usually like to say this to a woman, but I disagree with you. I do think that...
All you should ever say to women.
Yeah, that's the joke. The idea that it's quote driven isn't the fault of the filmmaker and those involved, is just the way people talk about it. Now, there are a ton of films from this decade, the 80s, that are purely nostalgia. There are so many movies that probably aren't very good. John Hughes made most of them. But people just remember them so fondly that they talk about how it's a great movie. Breakfast Club sucks. But, you know, I mean, there's so many. Yeah, and Ian is right. Fred Savage, his grandpa's Columbo. Where's a Rumpled Trenchcoat, a Columbo podcast? He would probably stand up for this movie. But it's a bedtime story, and I think it works really well on that level. I do think, yes, Stan Chunks, that it is wafer thin, but
wafer
thin. I believe he's talking about Between Hughesy's Legs, but the movie works on a level because it is basically for children, but in the way where like grown-ups can like it too. I mean, this is a much better movie than one of its contemporaries, The Never-Ending Story, which I think is just driven by the fucking song, you know. But this is, I don't know if it's an amazing work of filmmaking. It's probably like his 6th best movie, but it's for what it is, for what it sets out to do, I think it's great. But I do know what you mean, though. You kind of get tired of people quoting things from it, but I don't think that takes away from it. Hughesy, I think you should watch both of these movies literally right now. I'll wait.
Okay, I'll watch them right here.
You know what this did make me realize, though? So as I was going through Rob Reiner's list of films, I'm not waiting. As I was going through Rob Reiner's list of films, I started realizing that I think one of the things that makes his films successful is the quotability. So all of his movies that most people have seen have those very famous lines. Obviously, we'll get to things like "You can't handle the truth." When a movie succeeds, and Rob Reiner directed it, it's because we remember a particular line.
Well, Aaron Sorkin wrote that, but I know what you're saying.
Directed.
Sorry. But again, that could also be a testament to a good movie, that it has memorable things. You know, this isn't Empire Records, you know, where it really only has quotes. And I know Rex Manning Day is coming up. There's less than 30 shopping gigs
right now.
It's one of my least favorite movies I've ever seen.
I know.
too.
I've admitted that Empire Records is not actually a good movie. That is a nostalgia movie for me. I've admitted
Okay.
that it's not a good movie. I still love it. Listen, Adam Moyle did also Times Square, and that is legitimately a good movie. I understand that Empire Records sucks, and I hate you for making me admit that. Also, Ethan Embry has a 5 head now, and I'm very upset about it.
Oh,
Uh,
in Scream 7. It was very upsetting to see Ethan Embry.
Yeah, I saw him in Scream 7, and I didn't realize that was Ethan Embry until afterwards. And it was like, you ever hear of moisturizer? And everybody laughed. It really was a fun time at the cinema. I will say this about Ethan Embry. I have, since our Dude Bro episode over on the BladtCast, which people can find the direct link to the YouTube channel in the description box, I have since seen Can't Hardly Wait. And SA jokes aside, loved it.
No, I
Well,
disagree. Strong
but
disagree.
but Husey did make the point that it's very difficult when you have multiple actors who look like they're in their 40s, notably Ethan Embry. But
Yeah.
Jennifer Love Hewitt is perfect in that movie, and I checked; she was 19 when they filmed it, so I can say that.
Okay, come here. Balls Deep, thanks for the toll. Dead Neighbor Storage.
Yeah,
You know, I've always said that if there's one word you never want to call a black person to their face, it begins with N and ends in an R, and that word is neighbor. A good joke by me. Everybody's laughing. So that then brings us to 1989's When Harry Met Sally. Guess what I'm going to say?
Haven't
you've
seen it.
but you've
I
never
haven't
met
seen it.
anyone. You've never met anyone named Harry.
Or Sally.
Oh, that's interesting.
But you certainly have. What a comeback. Christian, what do you think of When Harry Met Sally? ...
So again, you're isolating a movie and looking at it in the genre of romantic comedies. This is a perfect top 5 romantic comedy. You should not, switch over to a jeweler's loop for another kind of like, oh, let's just look at it as a film. I think it's still very good, but it's amazing as a romantic comedy. Sleepless in Seattle might not be like, oh, this is an amazing film with a capital F, but it is a tremendous romantic comedy. And I think the casting goes a long way. Like Billy Crystal, Meg Ryan. If you don't cast this movie properly, I can't imagine being invested in their story and having the roller coaster for it. But despite the way that Cayley felt about his last one, the fact that Husey refuses to see any of these movies, he's really on a roll at this point in terms of very different, taking big creative swings. And I think that this was a prime era for a man we once knew as Meathead.
Well, Christian referred to it as a film with a capital F. Well, if you don't hit the like button, you're a capital F. Cayley, yeah, I did get it right. Cayley, what did you think of When Harry Met Sally?
Well, yet again, Christian and I are going to disagree. I think this is a 90-minute relationship debate, and I don't want to have debates in my own relationships, nevertheless watch them. I don't understand this movie at all. I don't understand it. I
Was it
haven't
because
seen
the
this-
two people at the center of the movie love each other?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just
How
want
could
to
I
make sure.
possibly? How could I possibly? It's two people arguing about dating for 2 hours or for 90 minutes, however the hell long it is, and then they finally admit what everybody knew in the first 5 minutes of the goddamn movie. The characters are annoying, more annoying than charming. It is overwritten. It's unnatural. I don't understand this as a relationship movie, and I don't like to admit this, but I will do it right now. I generally like rom-coms. I do. I like You've Got Mail.
Mm.
Mm.
That's
More than
about,
Sleepless in Seattle.
Yes.
Okay.
You've Got Mail is about Stuttering John meeting his kids these days. I had to say it. Go ahead, Cayley.
That was it.
Oh.
I don't think that I've ever said that I hated this many movies in a row. Also, I'm actually kind of impressed with how much I don't like Rob Reiner right now.
See, you and Nick have a lot in common. The thing I've got to say about rom-coms is, have you ever seen the film Friends with Benefits, starring Justin Timberlake and Maya Conlingus or whatever her name is.
Right, but
Yes.
don't confuse it to the similar movie that came out the same year with who was it? It was Ashton Kutcher and Natalie Portman. It was basically the same movie, came out the same year. Yes, but I know the one you're
rumor has it.
I don't think that's what that one was called.
No,
We're
I'm
gonna
just
talk about
talking
rumor
about.
has it soon, and guess what? I saw that one.
Yeah,
I cannot believe I just did that. Well, that's what happened. I looked at the list and I have dyslexia. There's something wrong with me. But basically, so Friends with Benefits is a film about how Justin Timberlake can't meet a woman and Maya Clunas can't meet a man, and they're best friends.
Yeah.
And spoiler alert, they get together at the end. What do you think of that twist, Lucy?
Never could have guessed.
Well, I never could have guessed that people wouldn't have hit my like button. Seriously, look at the laughter we're having on this great episode. J-Lo.
Jay Loiterer.
Loiterer.
Jay Loiterer. Thanks for the 10. Roger Moore. Thanks, people, for 10s. Love you all. Syndicated radio show? Holy cow.
That's right. If you like watching us disagree about movies, you can listen to us. The show is called Is It Worth Watching? And you can follow me on social media, or you can go to Worth Watch Show on X. It's easier to just follow me, and I'll send you there. And it's the two of us and the great It's Eric Nagel's star, Mr. E-Rock, Eric Nagel himself.
How often does he turn up late?
Well, it's recorded, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's late. That was then followed up when How I Met Sally was met up with. They were into the 90s, the era of good music.
Cayley, if you don't like this one, I'm going to be very confused.
Yeah, we go into Misery, a excellent film that I have actually seen, and the moral of the story is ugly women cannot do you any favors. And not only, here's something that may interest you. Earlier this year, was it this year? Maybe it was last year. The Weeknd, it was last year. The Weeknd brought out a film that he self-financed called Hurry Up Tomorrow. That is basically a musical / remake of Misery, to the point that apparently he was sued and they had to delay it by almost a year because they had to really edit it up to make sure that it wasn't. It's because it's like, if you're going to remake something, you have to literally have permission, or else you can get a fuck. And I'm going to say it. You're not going to like this. Misery was better than Hurry Up Tomorrow.
That's a very hot take, controversial to say the least.
Dox me. But yeah, I really liked Misery, which is ironic. Look at the laughter. I should come on your radio show. Everyone would enjoy it. But Cayley, what did you think of 1990s Misery?
You know, you said that you learned things about ugly women because of this movie. I learned that it turns out that I like it when guys are stuck in bed because of this movie, or, laying down. I love this movie. I think that it is amazing to make a movie that is so interesting about two people stuck in a house for almost the entire runtime. Katniss is intense in this. She is intense. And again, the Stephen King adaptations into films, usually very challenging for me. This is an amazing one. I also had an incredible movie theater experience with this film. I went and saw this in a packed theater, and somebody was introducing the movie, and they came out and they said, who in the theater has seen Misery? This was maybe 5 or 6 years ago. And almost nobody in the theater raised their hands, which meant that during the climax scene of this film, which I won't spoil in case nobody has seen it, although I think everybody knows what happens in this one. It's, Luke, I am your father. During the climax scene of this movie, you could feel the breath go out of every single person. You could feel the entire theater go to the edge of their seat, freak out. You could feel tenseness. You could feel, it was so incredible, so beautiful. I'm so happy that I got to experience that, because this is one that really, it'll take it out of you.
Christian?
This is the movie with the twist where he was a ghost the whole time, right? Or am I getting my movies? Okay, great. No, this is an amazing movie, and it is also, at least in the early 90s, it was incredibly quotable. There were a lot of audio drops, which only hacks use at my college radio station, that had been pulled from Misery because I'm old.
That's the stickiest pussy I've ever seen.
All right, that one's good, so I like that one. But this movie's amazing. It just tremendous performances, and people had seen Kathy Bates before this, but this is where you realize just the depths to which she's able to go. And I would say this is another perfect genre movie for Mr. Rob Reiner.
Yeah. It really is. And probably the thing that happened to that man's ankles was the same thing that he did to that poltergeist kid's vagina. In 1992, that was followed up by A Few Good Men, which I've seen, and it reunited fucking Rob Reiner with Christopher Guest, who plays a soldier. And then, of course, Demi Moore would have done it back then, would have done it yesterday, would have done it today. Every day, forever. God bless Demi Moore. She's number one. And, of course, Jack. Cayley, fuck's sake. Cayley, why don't you tell us what you think of A Few Good Men as Jack Nicholson?
I can't do that, and you know that perfectly well. But I'll tell you about
I don't
it as
think you
Cayley.
understand.
I can't do it. You know that.
But Cayley, we want you on that wall.
Yeah.
Okay, we need you on that wall.
You can't do the impression.
No.
You can't handle the impression.
This is another one. Again, this is the Rob Reiner quotable, "You can't handle the truth." It's remembered for the courtroom scene. That's the thing that people remember about this movie. I do think that the movie itself is a little bit less exciting than its reputation. And I do think that it feels a little bit hollow as I've rewatched it over the years. It's almost like there's a long buildup to a conclusion that is, again, a little obvious early on, sort of like when Harry met Sally. I struggle when Rob Reiner does these movies that like seem to have a very specific point at the end.
But you'll be shocked to hear this, but I have an immature sense of humor. And back we had a student film that we made about finding celebrity sex tapes, and one of them was finding Jack Nicholson's sex tape. And obviously you didn't get to see it. You just seen us watching the screen, and he says, "You want my balls? You can't handle my balls." Speaking of which, Christian notoriously get the Pink Panther's tail for a penis. What did you think of A Few Good Men?
I think, again, no one can handle Hughesy's balls, but find out at Hackamania. Use promo code BEARS. But again, this is, as I mentioned earlier, Aaron Sorkin wrote this. He wrote it as a play first. So this is, wow. Kimberly 9111. I can't watch Tom Cruise. Never liked him.
Agreed, Kim.
Oh my God, two bitches.
Calm down.
He's an actual. He's a certifiable movie star, because you can think about how crazy he is and all the dumb stuff he's done. But I see him up there on that big screen, Husey, and I forget all of it because he is larger than life, and he's great in this. And I think, to Lucy's point, that most of us remember for the courtroom drama, Husey remembers this movie for the essay that happens off camera before we get to the courtroom drama. That's probably why you think this movie's so funny. But well, why there's a the case, the case that they're actually hearing. You remember what the Marines did?
Oh, it was an essay.
Yeah, that's what it was about.
Oh, I thought it was a beating. A good old tallywhack. I do like the fact that Jack Nicholson in it meets Demi Moore and mentions getting a blowjob the first time he's ever had a conversation with her. It seems natural.
Well, it seems like the way we all wish we could be. But Jacob Bryans, thanks for the 2. Go ahead, Husey, since Lemmy's not here.
as Nicholson.
Yeah.
Lucy, do you feel like the book Fair Play exploited you?
No, not at all. I think it's a great book. I would highly recommend it.
I heard that the first time somebody saw Carl smile, they said, "You can't handle the tooth," and everybody laughed.
Whoa,
That's
that was it.
a very hot take.
You got it.
He has a big
I
tooth.
mean, we're not talking about this right here, but Top Gun is a very homosexual movie. I don't know. I mean, it's all right. Again, for the genre that it's in, it's okay. But
KB, I'm with you.
it's very gay.
Yeah, because it makes me come, and every time I watch it, fucking Top Gun is awesome.
This movie's great, despite the fact that Kevin Pollak is in it, and I think that no, this is I don't know. I think this is another banger from Rob Reiner. So unfortunately, the bangers do stop coming, but at least from my viewpoint, he's had 6 great movies in a row.
Well, this is all about the change, because this is where we speed through the show, I assume. So if you haven't seen it, it's just I haven't seen it, and we move on. In 1994 came North. Haven't seen it. Cayley?
Nope.
Christian?
Well, I saw it, but don't remember it. It's not very good. It was a much maligned film at the time, and I don't know what he was trying to do with it, but he didn't succeed.
I guess you could say that when he made North, his career went south.
I hit the like button.
Yeah, this fucking thing is freezing. Too much cheesy pizza. In 1995, he made Michael Douglas's The American President. Haven't seen it. Christian?
It's great. I really think that that's a very good film. I'd have to double check, but I think Aaron Sorkin wrote that too. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But it's not as good as Dave, the movie where Kevin Kline pretends to be the president because he just looks like him, with Sigourney Weaver as the first lady. If I'm putting my 90s president movies in order, the first one is some videos I recently saw of Bill Clinton that I don't think we can talk about. Then number 2 is Dave, and then this one's number 3. But I think this movie's great.
Air Force
Dave
One,
is very
motherfucker.
good.
Get off my plane.
Mars Attacks, starring me as the president.
Yes.
Cayley, haven't seen The American President?
Nope.
Well, I haven't seen 1996's Ghost of Mississippi. Cayley, have you seen it?
I don't think anybody has. Christian.
I actually have not seen it.
That's a shame.
If the two of you had seen it, I probably could have faked it because I know enough about it. I've actually never seen it.
In 1999, he reunited with Bruce Willis for The Story of Us, which I have yet to see. Christian?
I don't think I heard of it until I was looking over his list. I don't remember this movie being released. So I'm sorry, cinephiles, that we have a blank spot like this when it comes to Rob Reiner.
You know, Rob Reiner was a cinephile because every time he went to the cinema, he molested a child. Cayley, what did you think of 1999's The Story of Us?
I also have not seen it. How is it possible that he had so many bangers in a row and then went into this weird dark period? What happened?
Well,
what did he do?
Cocaine? I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It might have been when that poltergeist kid died. And this is just a comment by Kimberly talking about how brilliant I'm doing. Yes, I am. Thank you very much. Thank you. He then took a 4-year break and did not come back until 2003, the same year we got The Matrix Reloaded. Thank you. Alex and Emma, which I didn't get to see yet. Christian, what did you think of Alex and Emma?
It didn't even show up on the lists with that. I brought up a list, so I don't remember Alex and Emma. So
Well, at least those aren't the lists that I usually see you reading through.
yeah.
Cayley, what did you think of Alex and Emma?
I have also not seen that one.
That's terrible. Well, in 2005, he brought out Rumor Has It, starring Jennifer Aniston. Haven't seen it. Cayley, what did you think of Rumor Has It?
I actually really love this movie. First of all, I love Jennifer Aniston and I will watch anything that she's in. So that was the entire reason that I went and saw this. Shirley MacLaine is great in it also. It has Mark Ruffalo in it, if I remember correctly, Kevin Costner. It imagines what would happen if a woman were to learn that her grandmother was the inspiration for The Graduate, like the Mrs. Robinson, The Graduate. I think it's a really interesting story. I think The Graduate is an amazing movie, obviously one of my favorite 60s movies of all time, actually. And I think this is a very cool reimagination of it. I think it's neat. I think it's a good story, and I think Jennifer Aniston is pretty, and I like her butt.
Oh,
That is so vulgar, but send me photographs, please. Wait, did you get to see her arse in the film?
I believe it is in this one that you get to see her butt. It was around this time period. It might have been picture perfect. Now I can't remember that.
Do you
You're
mean
just
her?
you're just gonna have to watch all of them, usually. To
Yes,
see,
yeah, which I would recommend doing. And don't forget, she's in Leprechaun. As long as we are in March,
That's true. But
True.
I
her
don't.
butt
I don't
looks
know.
great
If,
in that movie too.
I
Her
don't know
butt
if you're
looks great
allowed
in that
to.
movie.
I don't know if you're
Her
allowed to
nose
use
does
that.
not.
Oh no. Yeah, that's the old nose. Yeah, she had the old nose in the Ferris Bueller TV series, and it's as though it was a different person. But Husey has to tell us whether or not we're allowed to use the L word, Lucy.
Oh, sorry.
It's his word, so I don't know that we can co-opt it.
Yeah. Well, it is St. Patrick's Month. Of course, we're all here to hit the like button for the great St. Patrick himself. Everybody loves. What a great man! Look at all the stuff he did. This
Anybody
was
would know it's you, Husey.
exactly. Hit the like button.
By the way, I am not as fond of this movie as Cayley is. I don't dislike this movie. It is a very specific type of movie, and that type is an Aniston film. And they sometimes work, but this movie is fine. That's what I will say for it. You know, it is probably a little bit slightly above average, but this is fine.
I'm a little starstruck at the minute because I just get this super chat from Bone CK. Thanks for the toll. Bone CK, I'm going to assume, is the one who has helped Patreon support Bay's Frequency documentary since the start. So if this is the Bone CK, ahoy, Bone CK. Thanks for the toll. Cayley is my dream girl. What do you think about that, Cayley?
I love that. It makes me really happy.
Having sex with Cayley is on my bucket list, which brings us to 2007's The Bucket List, starring directed by Rob Reiner. Funnily enough, this is a good episode. Starring Morgan Freeman and Jackie Boy. I've actually seen this one. It's really boring. It's just endless scenes of talking. Like, I understand it wasn't going to be an action film, but it's too much talking is dull, and it doesn't make sense that there's two people that would fall out, make up so many times. That's why you need, and I just made up the word, an ensemble of an assemble. Who cares? I have seen it. Didn't think it was great. Christian, what did you think of The Bucket List?
Well, I might be old, but I am not yet old enough where I can love this movie. It's fine. It's got two great actors, so and of course I'm talking about Sean Hayes and Rob Murrow. No, it's the two leads are great. You put them in a movie. It takes me back to when Jack Nicholson would make like a movie a year or so, and we haven't seen him in so long. I miss him, and then it makes me think, oh, he wasted one of his movies on this. So it's okay.
Did you know he actually was supposed to make a comeback little just before the pandemic, or maybe afterwards, for some remake of some German comedy? I don't know what it is. But then Lena Dunham was hired to rewrite it. He read it and said, "I'm staying retired." There you go. She's a cunt. But Cayley, what did you think of The Bucket List?
I have not seen it, and I am still thinking about Jennifer Aniston's butt.
Nice. My DMs are open. Spice Cat, thanks for the toe. Sam Raimi, A Simple Plan, amazing, forgotten. I don't think I've seen it.
I don't think I've seen it. Have
I don't
you
think I have either.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've heard of that.
That's a Sam Raimi movie. I'm embarrassed that I don't know that one, but I should check that out.
Christian, why don't you read this one? It's a nice one.
Sure. This is Jacob Bryan's 7,000. Thanks for the 2. Lucy, why did your dad justify Ray Ping? Explain.
He did not, actually. Good
Oh.
question.
Okay.
Thank you, Ryan.
Why is your friend's name Ray per butt?
That's an even better question.
That's a way
I'm
better
friends
question.
with weirdos, dude.
Yeah.
I never call him that at work either.
You should, actually. Only call him that. Refer to him in inter-office communications and be like, oh, yeah, you should just turn to Ray per butt for that.
Ray per butt, where's my report? In 2010, everybody's favorite year, we get bangers such as the A-Team film, the Robin Hood one with Russell Crowe, and everybody's favorite Marvel film, Iron Man 2. And even better than that, we got Rob Reiner's Flipped, which I didn't get to see yet. I was going to watch it, then I remembered we had this recording. Cayley, what did you think of Flipped?
I have not seen it.
I will tell you both. It's great. It is a kid's
Really?
it's an incredibly well cast kids movie. And if you don't cast the right kids, you end up with Last Action Hero. You know, you need to actually very carefully cast your children. And there's actually a surprise to it. It's a boy and a girl who are friends, so you might know where it's going. You also might get a little surprised as it goes along. I only saw it when it was out in theaters, but I do remember this is a great movie. Why are people not talking about it? And here we are 15 years later, people are still not talking about it. But I would say that it's definitely more worth watching than a couple of the other ones we talked about.
Okay,
Will
Hughesy's going to go
do.
watch Stand By Me, and then I'm going to go watch this one. It's going to be
Perfect.
Well, we're all going to watch, if we haven't seen it, which I'm sure we all have, 2012's The Magic of Belle Isles, which I shockingly haven't seen. Cayley, how much did you love this one?
It was magical because I haven't seen it.
Nice.
Well, once again, I have seen it. It's not
Christian,
great.
what are you doing with your life? Why are you watching all of these movies? What the hell, man?
Well, you know, that one, where I was trying to set up an interview with Rob Reiner, but then the host decided he didn't want to talk to him because of he's an asshole. But not the host. He just was like, no, this guy's always an asshole at parties. I don't want to talk to him. So I saw the movie anyway. But The Magic of Belle Isle?
Yeah.
The only reason I've seen this is it was filmed in my hometown of Greenwood Lake, New York, and I wanted to see the locations, and I thought it was really an interesting idea. I'm like, oh, imagine if I still lived there. I could have stalked Morgan Freeman, but it's not very good. But if you want to see the town I grew up in, it actually does a great job, and it might make you want to take a long weekend to Greenwood Lake, New York, thanks to Morgan Freeman.
Well, Morgan Freeman was not in his next one, which came out in 2014. And So It Goes, starring Diane Keaton and Michael Douglas. Imagine the smell on that set. Christian, what did you think of And So It Goes, which I haven't seen?
I thought about the fact that I have not seen it, and I've still not seen it. I forgot about this one, but look, Diane Keaton and Michael Douglas have been very good in other movies. How could they possibly be bad when you put them together in a movie directed by Rob Reiner?
Michael Douglas, of course, the guy who ate what's your name, Catherine Zeta-Jones's Mud Hut so many times he got throat cancer from it. And if you ask me, mission accomplished. What a way to go!
Absolutely worth it. Husey and I don't always agree, but on that one, yeah, that's fine. Absolutely worth it.
Yeah, as the great Gilbert Godfrey would say, I'd suck her tits for lupus. Lucy, what did you think of And So It Goes?
Instead of watching this movie, I was thinking about Jennifer Aniston's Mud Hut.
Nice. Well, speaking of mud huts, in the year of 2015, we get Being Charlie, which I didn't see. Cayley, what did you think of this?
So I watched about half of this movie after Rob Reiner got murked, and didn't really care for it. I got pretty bored. It just felt like another generic addiction rehab story that we've all seen like 1,000 times. There was so much therapy in it. It was like therapy, 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 therapy. I don't want to go to therapy. Nevertheless, have to watch other people go to therapy. It didn't take off for me. I didn't finish it. I got bored.
This was, of course, written by Nick Reiner, who I heard got final cut. Hit the like button. Christian, what did you think of Being Charlie, which ironically was up his nose?
Well, I didn't see it because I was in rehab. Thank you very much. That's all I got. No, I'm not interested in movies like this. Cayley, you at least gave it a try. I don't want to. I don't know. I don't want to live through that situation. But at least it brought Nick and his father closer together. So there's at least a happy ending, right?
Always.
Yeah.
This next film is not a Hispanic version of the Bill Clinton story. 2006 gave us LBJ. Great joke by me about a film that I haven't seen. Christian, what did you think of LBJ?
I have not seen LBJ, and I'm looking at the movie poster right now. The fact that Woody Harrelson is the lead might be why I didn't see it. I mean, this looks like one of those fake trailers that you know, Funny or Die, that you're like, and Woody Harrelson as Lyndon Baines Johnson. And, you know, I could only imagine maybe Jennifer Aniston played Lady Bird Johnson. Then Cayley would have to see it. But this does not look like a real movie. And I feel like my Google Chrome is faulty and someone hacked it and put this in there because there's no way this is a real movie.
Cayley, what was your take of LBJ?
I got distracted by the BJ part. I don't know. Didn't see it.
Nice. Hackmania tickets on sale. Use the promo code BEARS. Or
Nope, Bears.
Yeah, we want Eric Zane to be there. We need Eric Zane there. That's really what it comes down to.
2017 gave us Shock and Awe, which not only did Rob Reiner star in, but he also acted in. He's on the poster. And it's another political one that I didn't see. Cayley, what did you think of that one?
Boo politics. No idea. Haven't seen it.
Love you. Love you. I mean, excellent. Where did I? Oh, sorry, I was reading the thing. I was drinking today. Christian, what was your take of Shock and Awe?
Shock and Awe. Yeah, I did not see this one. This by this point, I think I had 2 kids, and actually heading out to see a movie, I had to be a little bit more sure than a film starring James Marsden. And Woody Harrelson also in this. So again, doesn't look like a real movie. You look at the trailer for it, it has the White House and it says the truth matters. That's fine. It can matter, but I don't have to watch it.
I don't know if this is going to ruffle any feathers here. Jacob Ryan S. 7,000. Thanks for the toe. Lucy, why did your dad publicly apologize then?
I honestly don't recall that. I would recommend reading the actual article that he wrote.
I've no idea what's going on here in all seriousness. Bone CK, thank you for the 10. Love you, Husey. Well,
you should have read that one first.
Now you tell Bone CK that you love him too.
Yeah, that's right.
And I love your money too. I love you too. but do send a lot more. I blew a lot of money today. I've been a fan of yours from day one. Have also researched videos with Beige as well. Have only asked for one credit. Amy Schumer's. Cayley is a 10.
I think we can all agree with the last part.
Amy Schumer is a Husey.
Fat cunt.
Yes, there we go. I knew it.
I wish Amy Schumer was Nick Reiner's parent. That brings us to his final film, and I definitely think this is his final film. Wait a minute, is it?
Probably.
Yeah.
You never know. There might be something still percolating somewhere.
Well, I would guess it's going to have a slow production. His final film, ironically, was Spinal Tap II. The End Continues. I gotta be honest. I was very nervous about seeing this film because they waited so long to make it. It was like 40 years or something like that.
Yeah, it was almost exactly 40 years. Yeah, actually, it was a little bit more. It was 41 years.
Comedy sequels rarely / never work. And also the fact that how are you going to make a film that's so beloved? How are you going to make a sequel to a film that's so quotable and so beloved for all those years? That means that your first joke needs to immediately be funnier than the best joke from Spinal Tap, which is impossible because you can't beat nostalgia. We did an episode about Bruce Springsteen's film over on the BladtCast, where we spoke about the fact that modern Springsteen is still great, but it will never get the credit because it's modern, and that's just the way it is. Doesn't matter what happens. So with Spinal Tap 2, I actually liked it, but I would criticize it in the fact that it wasn't documentary-ish in that there's too many camera angles. Like, how would a documentary crew have all these fucking angles to film this stuff? It doesn't make sense. Cayley, you watched it last night in the node. What did you think of Spinal Tap 2?
You know, it's funny, Husey. I was actually going to try to guess your opinion of this one. And my guess was that you were going to say it was kind of like meh until the very end of the film because of one particular line, which is that Bruce Springsteen's book is I Am Springsteen Going on Spreventine.
Yes.
And I thought you were going to really, really like that line. So I thought that was going to sell you and completely change your opinion of this movie. I thought this was super mid. It kept the jokes alive from the original. It gave us the nostalgia factor. You know, we get the joke of the dead drummer. I really liked the cheese and guitar shop. It reminded me.
That was great. Yeah.
It reminded me of in Rochester, in sunny old Rochester, we used to have a store called Rogers Pianos and Clocks. And I felt very akin to cheese and guitars. But I don't think that girls can be drummers. So obviously I hated this movie.
Lenny Kravitz will not hit the like button.
And also, can I point out that I could not stop staring at Christopher Guest's neck? It was very challenging for me to get over that. And Harry Shearer looked like Bobby Liebling from the band Pentagram, which
Husey and I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Bobby Liebling got memed. He was like the guy with the crazy hair because he was like weather things. That's Bobby Liebling.
Yeah.
There's an amazing documentary about him actually called Last Days Here.
Haven't seen it.
But yeah, this was very mid. It was fine. It was fine.
Christian, I know you're one of the 15 people in America who went to see Spinal Tap 2 when it came out. What did you think of it?
Well, I thought that the humor was there. The performances were there. It was very funny. For the most part, the cameos didn't get in the way. I think sort of the way the film climaxes, utilizing, Sir Elton John, I thought was actually very funny. And as much as I enjoyed it, there was absolutely no reason to make this movie. I'm glad that I've seen it, and I'm glad that we had it. Because I love those characters, and they've shown up over the years. They did some stuff in the early 90s. They showed up in an episode of The Simpsons. They did like a TV special. And so, it's not like we hadn't ever seen them since then, but to actually try and follow up the legacy of the earlier film, probably not necessarily the smartest thing, but I enjoyed the movie and I'm glad I saw it. And if there's a 4-hour extended physical media release, I'll take Husey's word for it. And I just have to add one thing to a comment you made earlier, Husey. Since we recorded that episode of the BladtCast talking about Bruce Springsteen and talking about his present day music, he did record one of the single worst songs I've ever heard in my life, and certainly the worst song in his career. So it's really kind of changed the way I look at the whole world, really, that song about Minnesota. So
Yeah, Bruce Springsteen wrote a song that was so bad that ICE application forms went up. Although, ironically, Spinal Tap 3 is coming next year, where they actually perform live at Stonehenge. So
is that really like is that something that they are actually doing? Because I would watch that.
it's something they're actually doing. So there is a cinema here in Belfast called the Avenue, where they literally have waiters that come to your table. You can get pizza and stuff. That they will bring you drinks. You can take orders. It's expensive as all fuck, but you can get hammered at the cinema. And I did a couple of weeks ago when I went to see Elvis. His concert film was fabulous. Thank you, Baz Luhrmann. But seriously, though, I'm not gay. But I will end the poll question here on whether Rob Reiner stink, and it ends at 59%. Yes, Rob Reiner stinks. Overall, when you see, Cayley, the filmography and the ones that you've seen and the ones that you actually liked, do you think that that's a fair result to say that Rob Reiner stinks?
I want to be able to say yes. And there's so much of his catalog that I haven't seen, but anybody who directed Stand By Me is in my good graces. So I cannot say that he stinks, which I would really like to, because clearly I did not like a lot of the movies that I've seen of his. But Stand By Me erases all of that.
Well, you haven't seen The Magic of Belle Isle, so perhaps.
Listen, I can change my opinion. It's fine.
Yeah.
I can grow.
I think that he can't possibly stink just because, I mean, his body probably reeks, sure, but that run from Spinal Tap that concludes really with A Few Good Men, it honestly, it doesn't matter what he made afterwards. You can't undo that unless you put out that Bruce Springsteen Minnesota song.
Yeah, and the sheer chances that he started and ended his directing career with Spinal Tap is kind of surreal, and what's the term, poetic? I don't even know if that makes sense. Sure. But there you go. I think he stinks, and I also think he's kind of a dick.
Well, but that's a different conversation. Absolutely, I definitely think he's a dick.
I think there's a good chance he's on the list, because of based on stuff that has been said for years. Ironically, Anthony Cumia accused Rob Reiner of being into inappropriate stuff, which is ironic. So, Christian, what do you have coming up that we should be looking out for, considering all your links are linked down in the description box below?
Well, I do need to schedule our annual St. Patrick's Day extravaganza, where we take a look at a new Leprechaun film. So, well, not a new one, but, for us, one that we haven't gotten to yet. Unfortunately, there's still plenty of them. So we'll be doing that. And I'll be covering the Oscars, the Academy Awards, and the 50th anniversary of Kiss Destroyer, all that stuff coming over on the BladtCast, BladtCast, easy for me to spell. And we mentioned it earlier, Lucy, myself, and Iraq have a movie talk radio show called Is It Worth Watching? And you can decide if it's worth listening to. And you can follow me at Christian DMZ for more info.
Lovely stuff. And of course, Cayley, who just put out two pretty great, well-watched uploads this week.
Thank you. You can find me on YouTube, once over with Cayley, Cayley, also on Patreon, same name. I have coming up this week an episode of The Edge Files with Luigi Greenberg and also Trucker Andy from All Apologies podcast. And I do movie reviews, and Lucy does Dabbleverse episodes all the random times. So make sure that you're just subscribed over on YouTube and hit the notify button, because it's random. Yay!
Exactly. And just before you go, we get this one by Spazcat. Nice Cthulhu thumbnail. That's right. I know who Metallica is. Cayley, ask him to sign your girls. Automatic yes. Pick on Patreon. Shirts with print of image across chest. You're welcome.
I love that, Spazcat. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'm going to genuinely watch Stand By Me eventually. Hopefully they show it on the plane as I'm flying over to Vegas to meet you two eggs in person. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a big wave goodbye to everybody. Thanks for watching. We're all going to hit the like button, I'm sure. And see you soon on the next one, which will potentially be Brett Ratner.
Ooh,
Or David
obviously.
Fincher. Or Peter
Okay.
Jackson.
Yeah.
They all stink.
Wow.
And if you leave me now, you take away the biggest part of me. Ooh, baby, please don't go.